So for this, you will have, for the reading comprehension, what you will have is a passage from chapter 2. I'll narrow it down for you guys. It's chapter 2. So if you really want to study for this, I would suggest reading and rereading through chapter 2. Reading comprehension is probably a little bit intimidating, but once you sort of get the hang of it, I think it should be no problem. So basically what it is you will have a passage that is in the Latin language, and what you are going to do is you are going to read through it, then look down at, after you've read through it, look down and you'll find a number of questions, and they'll be asking you questions for information that you were given in the paragraph. Now, I want to be clear, don't write the answers to this in Latin. I won't take off points if you do. However, I think it would be easier for you to just write them down in Latin write them down in English rather than to write them down in Latin. And writing them down in English shows me that you actually did understand what the passage was saying. So, how do you answer these questions, though? So let's take the first one. What are Brundisium and Tusculum? Okay, well, so to solve this problem, to answer this question, all we need to do is we need to go back into the sentence and try to figure out where the sentence sort of gives us corresponding information. So we need to find a place where it's talking about both Brundisium and Tusculum, and it's telling us what they are. So we would need the word sunt to be somewhere in there. So let's look at the first sentence. Brundisium oppidum est. Well, so it only mentions Brundisium, so we can't use that. So let's go to the next sentence. Brundisium et Tusculum oppida sunt. Oh, well, so here we are. So we have both Brundisium and Tusculum here. Then we have sunt, so it's saying Brundisium and Tusculum are. Then we have oppida. So here's the answer to our question. Brundisium et Tusculum sunt oppida. Brundisium and Tusculum are oppida, or cities. They're two cities. So what are Brundisium and Tusculum? Right here you can just write the one-word answer if you so desire. Cities. I would definitely prefer if you wrote out they are cities or Brundisium and Tusculum are cities. But I don't know, if you're really strapped on time, you can just write down they are cities or cities. Now, let's go to the next question. Tusculum is large, true or false? So this is a yes or no question, basically a true or false question. It's 50-50, but let's go back into the paragraph. Sparta quoque oppidum est, Brundisium est oppidum magnum, Tusculum oppidum parvum est. Oh, so here it's talking about Tusculum, so this might contain some relevant information. So let's go back to the question. Tusculum is large, true or false? Okay, so what is large in Latin? Large is magnus, or magnus, magna, magnum. It would be magnum in this situation since it's neuter. So does it say that Tusculum is magnus? No, it does not. Well, okay, so what is the Latin word for small? Well, the Latin word for small is parvus, in this case parvum. So Tusculum oppidum parvum est. Oh, well, so that means that the answer must be false. So let's mark that as false, and then move on to the next question, so that we now know how to figure out whether or not what the true or false question says. So why is est used in the first sentence but sunt is used in the second? So it's asking us a specific question about a specific part of the passage. So let's go back to the first two sentences. Brundisium oppidum est, Brundisium et Tusculum oppida sunt. Okay, so why is est used here? So est is the verb of being, so it's describing what something is, and sunt is similar. So why is est used in the first sentence and sunt is used in the second? And the reason is just simply because of the fact that est is the singular version. So est means is, and sunt means are. And you wouldn't say Brundisium are a city. That doesn't make any sense. And similarly, you wouldn't say Brundisium and Tusculum is cities. That's not proper English. Similarly, it's not proper Latin to it would not be proper Latin to put sunt here, because sunt refers to multiple cities or multiple anything, and est refers to only one, and vice versa. All right, so basically just say est is singular and sunt is plural. That's a perfectly acceptable answer. Then, okay, well, what about this one? What is Sparta according to the second paragraph? Now, from the first paragraph, it says Sparta quoque oppidum est. So Sparta is also a city. So we could, if it was just this question, then we could just say Sparta is a city. But it says according to the second paragraph. So it's talking about this paragraph right here. So ubi est Sparta, Sparta est in Graecia. Is this what gives us our answer? No, unfortunately not. So Sparta est in Graecia. It does have est, so it is telling us what Sparta is, but it's not telling us what Sparta is. It's telling us where Sparta is. It's telling us in Graecia. And that's perfectly reasonable since it's an answer to the question ubi. So ubi means where. So then Sparta est oppidum Graecum. Well, here we are. So now Sparta est, so that's what we were really looking for. Then we see oppidum Graecum. Okay, well, what does this mean? Well, so we know that oppidum from the rest of the paragraph means city, and then we have Graecum. So what does Graecum mean? Graecum means Greek. So we have Sparta is a Greek city. Oh, well, according to the second paragraph, that makes perfect sense. So let's write that down. Sparta is a Greek city. Then for our last sentence, what other city is like Sparta in this passage? Well, so let's find where Sparta is compared to other cities. So ubi est Sparta, Sparta est in Graecia, Sparta est oppidum Graecum, Sparta et Delphi oppida Graeca sunt. Oh, so it says Sparta et Delphi. Well, okay, so now it's putting these two sort of on the same footing when it comes to being oppida Graeca. So Sparta et Delphi and Delphi are Greek cities. What other city is like Sparta in this passage? Delphi is. All right, so that's the answer to all 5 of these questions. If you have any questions about either the grammar section, the vocabulary section, or the reading comprehension section, then please email me. One last thing, though, for the reading comprehension. My suggestion for studying is to reread through Chapter 2 and probably go through Pensum C again. You don't have to write anything down. You don't have to show me that you've read through it again and have done the exercises. But just simply look at, just read through it, try to understand everything that will keep everything fresh in your mind. And also, for answering these questions, think about it like this. What is the question asking? And what Latin words would I be looking for? So probably the best example is this true or false question. Is Tusculum large, or Tusculum is large, true or false? What you're looking for is the word large or the word small. And the 2 Latin words for that is magnus and parvus. So you look back into the paragraph to sort of figure out which is it. So is it large? Is it where you find where it's describing Tusculum, and you're asking, okay, does it describe it as magnus or parvus? And in this case, it describes it as parvus, or parvum rather, and so you know that the answer is false. All right, hopefully this helps you all out.